This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon. It's Friday, January 15th. I'm David Steig, CFP professional. Let's start the year off right with a brief investor outlook for 2021. Today's agenda is fairly straightforward. First, we'll share with you a review of the equity markets, often referred to as the stock market. Then we'll discuss a 2021 outlook for investors. As you well know, I dive into many areas of financial planning on your behalf, ultimately in an effort to reach your goals. You can see various areas of planning listed here. Today's presentation will be primarily focused on investment planning and investment equity markets. As a quick review, the US stock market ended 2020 at an all-time high after a waterfall drop and the quickest downward decline of the century in March of 2020. The S&P 500 finished positive for the year, fueled by the largest federal government stimulus ever, historic support from the Federal Reserve, and optimism for the future. In March of 2020, you saw your stocks plummet 34% if you were an aggressive portfolio starting a bear market. That bear market turned out to be the shortest downturn in US history. During that time, I communicated various strategies to make the best of the downturn, and many of you acted on that advice. While equities climbed higher from their March lows, not all stocks recovered to positive territory. If you remove the top 24 performing companies dominated by tech and digital services, i.e. .com companies, the S&P 500 return for the other 476 companies would actually be negative in 2020. It's a tough time for savers as well. Federal Reserve Chairperson Powell has noted that interest rates will stay close to zero for the foreseeable future, so bank accounts are not giving much of a return. As you can see here, our earnings are far less than 1% in money markets and CDs, and they're all historically low. Wall Street has grown despite higher unemployment and an economy with many businesses still not fully operational. Many places are still experiencing shutdowns, high unemployment, overrun hospitals, and economic hardships. It's possible many local businesses like restaurants, gyms, and small shops may never recover or reopen. COVID-19 is responsible to date for more than 340,000 American deaths and hospitalization peaking at its highest levels currently. You can see that in those graphs. Naturally, the economy is more likely to bounce back in 2021 as coronavirus vaccines become widely distributed. Investors are focused on the future, and the stock market's priced as a forward-looking indicator with optimism that efficient distribution will occur. And stocks remain appealing for many investors because, like I mentioned earlier, interest you earn at a bank or with bonds are very low historically right now. For 2021, we're looking with discernment at our investment choices and making sure they match your personal goals and timelines for some of the reasons I mentioned earlier with what's grown and what hadn't. As we think about and plan for 2021, we'll be watching and planning around the new administration in DC, analyzing how it could impact the investment world. So how will the market do over the next 2 years with a Democratic president, House of Representatives, and an evenly split Senate? I don't know. However, during 10 previous periods of similar circumstances that date back to 1949, 8 were positive for that 2-year period where you had similar circumstances like that. Usually the market has a good track record of growth regardless of DC politics. Many analysts are optimistic for the market outlook in 2021. However, there are still many uncertainties like smooth rollout of the vaccine, delayed recovery, company profits falling short of expectations. As always, I'll do my best to keep you informed. As a quick recap, remember, don't react emotionally to market fluctuations like we saw in 2020. Interest rates are at or near all-time lows, so smart investing will be important. The market is forward-looking. A new administration brings new challenges that we will be reviewing regularly, and getting COVID knocked in the teeth is still super important. Also focus on your own personal goals and objectives, not the news. Any concerns or general questions, call us. I'll keep in touch with phone calls, video chats, workshops like this one, reviews. I love the honor of serving you. Stay well, stay safe. And hey, if you think I can help someone else, feel free to forward on this video or my name and all these fun disclosures. Have a great day, great weekend, great year.